What they don't teach you about money, the most important finance lessons I wish I knew earlier. I'm sharing a 10 of money lessons that I wish I knew earlier. So these are all money lessons that I wish I knew when I was in college or my early 20s, just so I could take advantage of these tips. So if you're young and you want to be a little more financially savvy, listen on. Number 1, inflation. The first money lesson that I wish I knew earlier is to understand inflation. So inflation is the decreasing value or purchasing power of any given currency over time. What that means is, in general, the price of everything is going up and the value of your dollar or whatever currency you have is going down over time. I know, at least for the US government, the government targets around a 2 to 3% inflation per year, meaning they're planning for inflation to happen. They want a healthy level of inflation. It's all about macroeconomics and the government trying to regulate a healthy level of growth for the economy, but just know that inflation is expected. It's going to happen. Knowing that your cash is devaluing over time is really important because it means that you can't just let your money sit in the bank. I wish I knew earlier that if you left your money sitting in the bank, you're losing money because the value is going down. So you're supposed to do things to grow your money at the same rates or higher rates ideally than inflation so that the value is keeping up with inflation. So once you've saved up a good amount of money in your bank, know that the money that sits in the bank is devaluing over time. So if you have any extra, you can use that money to invest and grow it in other ways. A good rule of thumb for knowing how much cash you should keep in the bank at a time is to calculate your average monthly expenses. Then, depending on your level of risk tolerance, whether you are a risky person or you like to be very safe, you can have between 3 to 6 months worth of expenses in your bank. If you're super safe, maybe a year's worth of expenses in your bank before you have extra money to invest. Number 2, good debt versus bad debt. Know the difference between good debt and bad debt. So I think a lot of us are taught that debt is bad. Don't owe people money, because we've seen so many of these horror stories where people are in debt and it just spirals into more and more debt, and they're never able to pay it off. But there is a difference between good debt and bad debt. So good debt is when you borrow money for the purpose of increasing your net worth or having some future value. For example, taking out a home mortgage or a student loan. It's about using leverage to your advantage, which is a really smart thing to do in the finance world. Even though a business might have enough money to pay for something, it's much financially smarter to borrow that money from a bank and then have extra cash to do something else. So people do this all the time. It's called leverage. I also didn't realize that it actually helps boost your credit score. If you have some sort of healthy debt and you're making, full payments toward that every month, the reason is when you have debt, like say a student loan, and you pay for it in full, it proves to those credit people that you are trustworthy and that you're paying something. If you don't have any debt or any loans, your credit score isn't as high because you're not showing them that you're borrowing and paying something back. Bad debt, on the other hand, is when you borrow money to purchase something that doesn't hold its value, like the value just depreciates either immediately or over time. For example, purchasing everyday necessities like food, clothes, everyday things. Usually once we purchase them, we can't resell them for the same price or even higher price like it's used. It's done. And this translates to what a lot of people do with credit card debt. Credit card debt is the worst kind of debts. I want you guys to know that too, because with credit cards, it's so easy to just pay the minimum and then have a balance on your credit card. But what they're doing is they're making money on the interest that they're charging you every month. And the interest for credit cards is super high. The average is about 16%. So essentially with credit card debt, you're paying these banks extra money on top of the money you already owe them. And if you don't pay that full amount, the next month, it just grows and grows and grows to the point where you were owing them more money in interest than what you originally owed them from your beginning balance. So this is just a reminder to pay your credit card balances in full each month so that you don't owe the banks anything. To be honest, the banks want you to just pay the minimum. They make it so easy to pay just the minimum because they want you to owe them more and more money. That's how they make more money. But if you want to be smart, pay everything in full every month. Number 3, cryptocurrency. I'm sure you've heard about cryptocurrency. It's becoming more and more mainstream, more and more people are aware of it. More and more people are learning about it. But how deep does your knowledge with crypto really go? Do you understand the different cryptocurrencies, what they are, what they're trying to achieve, what blockchain is, and how it works? These are things that, when I heard of crypto in 2018, I kind of loosely learned about the surface level, but I didn't get deep until I think beginning of this year. It was when I really started getting deep within crypto and just taking it more seriously, because I think it truly is the future that we are moving towards, the future of technology, the future of our money. And that is huge because one day everyone will be using it. It will be the thing and you don't want to get left behind. You don't want to be the last one to know. So when there are trends like this huge world, changing trends, take some time to learn it, understand it. And if you want, you can start to invest in it. If you want to get into crypto, you need to check out Coinbase. Coinbase is the primary platform for buying, selling, earning, and learning about crypto. I've been using Coinbase since 2018, after my brother introduced me to the app. I like how user-friendly the platform is and how they encourage you to learn about crypto by offering rewards for watching their informational videos. Their fun videos sparked my interest in learning more about different cryptocurrencies. And it's really exciting to hear about the new platforms that are being developed. I love learning about what the future may hold. I currently use Coinbase to track my favorite cryptocurrencies, buy and sell, and continue learning about crypto in general. If you want to get started, check out Coinbase to learn more about what you can do with cryptocurrency like buying, selling, and earning crypto. Number 4. Invest early. Money lesson number 4. Start investing early. This is something that I wish I knew in high school. I wish I started investing my money, even if it's like a little bit in high school, because I could understand compound interest. I could understand how investing helps you grow your money. Because once I learned about that, I was like, wow, this is magical. Like I wish I knew this earlier. So we didn't have Tick2K when I was in high school. I know a lot of young people are getting into investing earlier, which I think is great.